Hey guys, zpolt turning back for another video, and today we're going to take a look at the Beyerdynamic Beat Byrd. So me being a Beyerdynamic fan, I'm really interested in taking a look at Beyerdynamic products in general, and I did look at the Soul Birds, but this is more in the cheaper side of things. It's just around $30, so definitely in the lower end of the spectrum in terms of the Beyerdynamic or the mainstream brands in general. It kind of looks like the Soul Birds also. Your life, your sound, your Beyerdynamic. And this is what you get in the box. 3.5mm jack, so not a lot of information in the box itself. Of course, I just want to show you guys what's inside the box. Earphone, and you do get additional tips, and the tips that included is a kind of like volcano kind of tips. It's different from what I'm usually used to. And also no case that's included in this box. Alright, so this is what the earphone looks like. Again, you do have that small globes at the top with that Byrd logo, orange cable altogether, and actually this kind of feels like similar to what you get with the Soul Birds in terms of the cable quality. Definitely it doesn't have that kind of braided design, but this feels really solid even if it doesn't have a braided design. So again, in the lobes it's made of mostly plastic, and also actually in the other side it's Beyerdynamic. And I do actually like this kind of fit because it's small enough, it's very compact on the ear. And it did use larger tips with the Beat Birds, and it did fit my ear fine. It doesn't have removable cable. At the plug part, you do have a straight plug and also a small one. Yeah, very good for mobile usage. And also at the fork part, you have a plastic fork. So actually overall, yeah, this kind of feels like your Sennheisers or Beyerdynamics. They feel really solid. And of course, yeah, that orange thing, that will be a love and hate thing to you. You may like it or not like it. I'm okay with it, but I wish it was all black, but I don't mind it at all. Yeah, that will be up to you if you like that. So actually for this one, in terms of fit on the ear, they do fit nicely, especially with that bigger tips that I used. It's very stable on the ear for me. This is not something that you want to use for some running, but for casual listening, maybe for some gaming, you can also use this fine. It fits on the ear, and you can use it for a long listening session also. So very comfortable to wear on the ear. Also isolation is just fairly okay for me, average for me. Not, you know, an IEM kind of isolation. I would say just enough for a casual listen. Again, overall usability for me is not so bad. Anybody can use this and will be fine with the fit and overall look. This kind of a safe design for me, so no big issues for me in this kind of design. Alright, so now let's go to the sound. So the Beyerdynamic Beat Burst is a V-shaped sound. It also has some warmth, actually a lot of warmth. It has a mid-bass bump. So this is a warm earphone here with the Beat Birds, and also again bass forward, elevated bass. So it's smooth sounding. It's more in the relaxed side also, laid back again. So this is something that you can use for long listening sessions without any fatigue, that kind of relaxed listen. But it also has some liveliness to it because this has a lot of punch. So it's a non-fatiguing listen, similar to the Soul Birds. The Soul Birds has a bit of more highs compared to the Beat Birds. This is warmer in comparison to the Beat Birds. In terms of highs, it's just enough, not super extended. It's not you know, clarity focused earphone. It has good body. It also has some liveliness to it because of that dynamic driver here. No sibilance also, and also a bit more in the laid back tonality again. But I would say overall pleasing highs overall. Definitely for a casual listen, that will be enough for you. It's not, you know, boring sounding at all. I would say this is still one of the strengths of the Beat Birds. The highs are okay here. In terms of mids, this is in the thin side. This is now the weakness of the Beat Birds. It is not super thick. Also a bit laid back again, much like the Soul Birds before. Not super revealing mids also. This is not the strength of the Beat Birds. Again, also recessed in the mix. So if you like mids, maybe look for somewhere else. In terms of bass, this is in the boomy side. Substantial bass here, even for bass heads. This is also forward in the mix. The attack is pretty fast, but the decay is slow. So this is not a super fast bass at all, but it's in the medium side. But yeah, definitely for bass heads, you can survive with the Beat Birds. In terms of detail, this is just alright in detail. This is not bleeding in detail compared to what you get with your BA counterparts. So if you like more detail, maybe look for somewhere else again. But this is just enough for a casual listen. So definitely, yeah, for casual listening, you don't need a lot of detail, and this kind of delivers enough, especially in that kind of price range. In terms of response, this is not the strength again of the Byrds. This is not super fast earphone. In terms of soundstage, these are actually above average for me. Smaller than the Birds, but definitely still substantial for me. So for casual listening, this is definitely enough. Imaging is just alright as well. So not super black and white. You can find the instruments, but you need to look for them. In terms of separation, it's also just alright because the stage is not, you know, expansive, and also the imaging is not super good, and also the smooth nature of the sound. Separation is not super good here. The mix is a bit more smooth and off. So overall, yeah, this is not you know, a super technical earphone altogether. This is more for a casual listening earphone, and it kind of delivers in that, you know, good bass response, a forward in the mix, has some warmth, and of course enough highs on top, and also good body across the range, and that laid back sound, non-fatiguing, and also comfort in the Byrd. So that's kind of you know, what they focused on here, just having a relaxed listen, something that you can listen to for the whole day without any issues, and it kind of delivers in that here with the Byrds. So I actually even used this for some gaming, and I did find it enjoyable. I did game for maybe 3 hours, and it doesn't have any fatigue on my ear. For some BA counterparts or Chi-Fi counterparts, sometimes when you use it for gaming, it kind of makes your ears bleed, especially in explosions, because it's too detailed. So sometimes you need an earphone like this that you know, not super fatiguing, not super detailed, and in that use case, definitely you need something like this, like the Byrds. So compared to my old friend, the CX300, so it's similar in tonality, but it's more V-shaped in the CX300. It's more recessed in the mids department in the CX300. It's brighter in the CX300, more extended at the top. The mids are both laid back. It's actually more laid back in the CX300. The bass is more boomy and punchy in the Byrd. So definitely, if you like more bass, go for the Byrds. The stage is similar in the CX300 and also the Byrds. The stage is bigger in the Byrds. Separation is better in the Byrds. So overall, it's a mixed bag for me. The CX300 is brighter and more balanced sound. The Byrds is more warm and also bigger soundstage, better for casual listening. It's a mixed bag for me, but I do like the Byrds more. For me, it's a more kind of standout IEM compared to what you get with the CX300. Compared to the Blonde 03, so the Blonde 03 is a Chi-Fi $30 here, same price range as what you get with the Byrds. So tonality-wise, they have their similarities, but the Blonde is more revealing. The Byrd is more laid back. Side by side, the Byrd sounds a little bit more muffled compared to what you get with the Blonde. The highs are more extended in the Blonde. The mids are more revealing in the Blonde. The bass is similar with that punch and forward in the mix also. Detail is better in the Blonde. Soundstage is better in the Blonde, but the beats are not far off. Imaging is better in the Blonde. The Byrd is also not far off. Separation is better in the Blonde. So overall, I do like the Blonde more because of the more clarity on top. Also more revealing sound, also has more micro detail. But for casual listening, definitely the Byrds is something that you can also consider. For the Byrds, definitely it's a casual listening in-ear, and it kind of excels in that, you know, big stage, nice bass at the bottom, enough clarity on top, and also of course that sound, that laid back sound that you can use for a long listening session without any issues. You can use it for gaming, you can use it for, again, casual listening, even if for an 8-hour flight, you can use it without any issues. So this is kind of a safe sound for me. Anybody can pick this up and just like the sound. But definitely, yes, if you are into detail retrieval, maybe there are other earphones here, or maybe more clarity at the top. There are other earphones that I can recommend. But yes, for casual listening, definitely get this one. Alright, so that is my review of the Byrds. I actually did like my time with the Byrds, especially when I used it for gaming. This is maybe one of my go-to if I'm gonna do some gaming or maybe some light movie watching. This is something that I will consider because yes, this is just light on the ear. I need to save my ear from time to time because I do listen to a lot of earphones, and having a lot of detailed earphones here just makes my ears bleed sometimes, and there's a nice rest from that. And sometimes you do, even for audiophiles, you do need a more relaxed IEM in your kit just to rest your ears a bit, and this kind of excels in that. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.